Okay. DJ, can you turn that up one time? Turn it up for the one time. All right.
Something gotta cut up to you. Yeah. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I know sure
get your motherfucking roll on. Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. Hey. Everybody get your roll on. 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 Hey. How y'all doing out there? This is Ameerah Explains It All podcast, and I'm your host, Ameerah. Joined by my lovely ooh, girl, I'm trying to talk shit about
that wine,
co-host. Okay, let's get it together. My co-host has returned this week. This is Mia, aka
the Sun Goddess. Guys, sorry about my absence. Life was happening.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, there's gonna be times where shit I'm gonna take off, and you're gonna have to hold the fort down.
I will hold it down.
So yes, today, a lot of our episodes have been talking about a lot of things that have been going on lately, due to racial injustice and a lot of stuff that's going on with everybody. It's still going on right now. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. The list goes on. The list goes on.
Rice.
Happy birthday to Tamir Rice.
Today.
Happy birthday.
Power, young king.
And so we're going to lighten it up a little bit this week, and we're going to just talk about, we're going to talk about some dating type stuff because, despite the protests and everything going on, people still looking for people, that they can partner up with and hold it down. So,
because there's just a semi-quarantine going on.
Yeah, it's
even with all the rioting.
It's a halfway-ass quarantine going on.
Even with the rioting, and still people quarantined, and quarantined with people they may or may not want to be with. So
yeah, exactly. So first thing we're gonna talk about is online dating. I want to know what's your, I guess, like, how do you feel about online dating? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Have you ever did it before? Before we even get on online dating, before we even get on this shit. My shit falling. No, before we even get on it, it's something that all of my friends, I be out the loop. Like, I used to be at work and shit, and everybody like, yeah, I met somebody on Tinder and Bumble and plenty of, and it's all this different, and I'm like, people really do that? And I used to think like they were weirdos, but now I'm starting to see I'm the fucking weirdo because I feel like I'm like one of the few only people that have not online dated. And yeah,
you haven't been searching either, or haven't been out there either.
Actively.
Yeah, because you've actually been in for a big chunk, you've been in the background of the whole dating scene. And that's not a bad thing. Shit, I should have been on the back. Nigga, I should have took a back seat. Yeah.
Well, okay. So, have you ever online dated? Have you ever been on an app? Well, hold on. Before you even answer, I still have not online dated. The most I ever did, I guess, I don't know. I never went online. And I'm not saying, I'm better because I haven't online dated. I'm just saying I haven't experienced online dating. And the most I ever did, maybe, I'm trying to think. I think I have met someone through a Facebook or Instagram before, and over time was talking to them, and then eventually we end up going on a date or something, but not actively let me see if I get a match, or I don't know how I go to swipe, the left swipe. Yeah. I'm hearing all this stuff.
So Tinder is, if you guys both swipe, then you're a match. But if you swipe him and he don't swipe you, then it doesn't exist.
It doesn't even matter. Okay.
I actually like that method because you never know who will swipe you if you never swiped them.
Okay.
So you can be passing nope, and they could have swiped you and you don't ever know.
So you have been on dating sites?
I have.
How many have you been on?
I've been on Tinder. I actually like Tinder. But actually, my friends actually ruined Tinder for me. Well, my co-workers and associates. So when I was on Tinder, I went through a breakup, and Actually, one of my actually one of my girlfriends came out here from LA, and she was like, "Won't you get on Tinder? Like in LA, Tinder is popping. Like it's a good.
Some of these cities, I'd be scared to.
So
some of these
she was
cities,
like,
I would definitely be scared
you can
to
do
go on.
how far out you want to date. You know what I'm saying? You can do 10 miles, 30 miles to all the way to California. You know, It just depends on what you want to do. So she was showing me how the app worked on her phone. And I was like, oh, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So one day I'm at work and I'm in a break room and I'm swiping and I'm like,
doing
okay. And I've always, in my late 20s to now, started looking for something more serious. So I made my profile like, not like a resume. I don't want to sound like a drill sergeant.
It was like a resume.
No, but I just want to say like serious.
You gotta have a 6-pack. You gotta have a job.
I just wanted them to know like this is something that I wanted.
Right.
So I'm on Tinder, and they're like, you're on Tinder, and I'm like, yeah. They were like, that is the smash or pass hookup dating site, and I was like, what? And I was like, no. They were like, listen,
Christian Mingle.
They were like, if you want to get smashed, I said, don't nobody take that serious. I said, if you want to get smashed, then stay on Tinder. So of course, I was so discouraged. I already swiped, had matches, and I just like
everything.
So I'm at work. Mm-hmm. And I work in Las Vegas, and we, meet a lot of random people. So this guy comes up to me and was like, hi, can I get your number? And at this time, I'm already bummed down. I'm like, no, I just, I'm not trying to get my number out right now. And he was like, why do you think I'm ugly? I'm like, no. He was like, well, you didn't swipe me on Tinder.
Hold on. A dude came up to you at work and asked you.
He see me. He was like, Kameelah. Like, he said my full name. I was like, right. I was like,
whoa.
And thank God his friend came up, was like, dude, let's go. He was like, and really wanted to know why I did not swipe him.
Did you feel creeped out or scared? Because I'd be scared.
I felt more like, I was more in shock.
Hold on, did you put your job where you worked on?
No. Okay. No, it was so random, but I put like a 30-mile radius or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it just happened that he was in that, and it just happened like that. I guess I was more creeped out that he really wanted the answer of why I did not swipe him. But I already deleted the app, so it could have been like that I already deleted the app and I just didn't get to him. But he was like, right. And then Bumble, I didn't really like Bumble.
So what's Bumble about? So when they told you that Tinder was a smash or pass, what did they suggest?
They didn't. I just stopped after that.
Okay, and then how'd you get into
me and my girlfriend, the caller of the day, we actually were going through our little single thing together. We was like, fuck that. We just gonna get back on Bumble, Tinder, and just see. She actually had better luck in her city than I had in my city. She's North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? It's like
what city in North Carolina?
Greensboro. Okay. So a little more chocolate men, like, and that around that part now. City? You know what I'm saying? So she had actually a little more better luck, but I didn't like Bumble because I don't want to be, they make the woman be the chaser. So you have to
so we ain't the prize on Bumble?
No, you are not. Like the man is You have to go after the man, and I'm just not into that. Like, I don't want to wait to hear from a man to respond to me.
Yeah, I think I'll like her tonight.
Yeah, like
nah, never.
Like, cool. So
not never.
Besides that, and Facebook,
did
and
you
Instagram,
ever end up going on a date with anybody from the dating site?
No.
So you never got a date?
No, but I've talked to many people on there. We've never dated, and no. Never dated. But talking to these people were fine, but it just didn't get anywhere to where I wanted to meet them. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I met people on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I said. I've done that. I think, yeah, I mean, teachers on, I understand, like, hey, teachers on, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I always thought that online dating was weird and creepy. I feel like, I'm one of those people like, because I judge people on so many different things that you cannot see from an app. So like, perfect example, right? If a dude is in a room and let's say I'm like, oh, I like him, I might approach him, or I might put myself in a position to be noticed so he can approach me. it's because I see certain things like how a man stands or walks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a thing I gotta see before. Because if he walk goofy, if he stand goofy,
That is very
then
true.
I might not like.
And
the
the approach is everything too, because I've been I've been approached by men that I thought, just looking at them, I thought they were gonna hit me with the, oh baby, look at that. Yeah. And they was like, hi miss, how are you doing today? And the guys that I thought was gonna have more respect was like, hey, you with the hair wrap, hey little mama. Like, and I'm like, ew, like,
right. And you thought that they were gonna be the ones that were
so I mean, I think anytime you're online dating or even texting somebody that you like, it gives this fake narrative of who they are, because there's so much memes and shit that take place of like dead silence. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many like even like on the iPhone, right? You can blow stuff up. You can have things yelling at you. Yeah. You can have things sprinkled down, memes, and everything makes people seem more interesting.
You gotta put your best product forward. You gotta jazz them, and they're like, not what you think on text. They're the total opposite of what you know. That's how I feel about some of these celebrities. Some of these, I ain't gonna drop no names, but a couple of celebrities, rapper, actors, comedians have been in my DM. Dudes that I'm like, oh my God, back in the day, like, I love that song, or, oh my God, I thought he was cute. And then next thing you know, like, really start having a conversation with him, like, online, and I'd be like, no, I'm good. Like, You really start learning these people's personality, and you're like, that's not even something like, aesthetically you look good, and you play a good role on, your acting skits or your music videos or whatever you do, but that's really not something that I want to rock with. So, yeah, I mean, presentation is everything. Physical presentation. I don't know if I'm going to ever get to a point. I might just fuck around just to see, like, I might do an experiment. I don't know. I might do a social experiment where I want to actually do like my first Tinder date. I don't know. This shit is funny to me. I'm all for the kicks and laughs at this point. I just want to do, I don't know what type of social experiment I'm going to do. But, I'll keep you tuned. So what about this caller? I got to hear these other experiences.
My girl from North Carolina.
Okay.
Her name is Kelly, and she's going to give us her experience on just online dating.
Okay.
So give me 1 second. Hello, Kelly.
What's up, guys?
What up, boo? What's going on?
Hey, Kel. Welcome to the Ameerah Explains It All podcast.
What up?
I heard you a vet in these streets on these online dating streets.
I just say I've been desperate a lot of times.
It ain't gotta be a desperate thing. I think it's just trying something new. I told you I'm gonna do a social experiment. I might fuck around and end up married, just trying to fuck around and do a fucking social experiment. Because I heard a lot of people get, like, I've met people.
My friend got married off of Tinder.
That's what I was gonna say.
She met him in Hawaii and they moved to Virginia.
And that's what I'm saying. I've met at least like quite a few people, at least 3, 4, 5 people who said like they met their boyfriend or husband on a fucking dating site, and it was supposed to be just a little smash hookup, and they end up really being together. I was like, damn, bitch, what you do? But anyways, go on, Kelly. Tell me tell me how it is in these streets, on these online streets.
I actually was somebody's honey on Bumble, so I'm like Team Bumble. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't try Black People Meet because I just thought that was so cliche. I did try
You're Black.
Tinder, and I did try Plenty of Fish, but they all came at desperate times in my life, guys. So I really, not a real vet. I'm kind of just a going back and forth type of gal, I say. But to be honest, off of Bumble, I met a really nice guy. We still talk to this day, and it's been over a year. We actually had lunch today.
Okay.
And so there are some good guys online, I will say.
More on that way, because we
in Vegas, so
it was so funny.
Look, between Vegas and LA,
we were screenshotting the pictures that were the men in her city and the pictures in our city. And boy,
it was two different.
It was like night and day. I mean, it was like
it was a bunch of pictures.
KFC and it was like some KFC type dudes and then it was the Chick-fil-A type of dudes. Like she was Chick-fil-A, I was KFC. Like
I will say.
I was like, damn. I mean, just nice dressed and everything.
Okay, so Kels. Okay, so you said that you still like any bad experiences you ever had. Like, have you ever anything creepy? Because I had a guy friend. You know, I had a guy friend. He told me that he was on Tinder a lot. He told me this is the wildest thing he told me ever happened to him online. He said that he went to go and take a girl out on a date, and her profile picture was one thing. She came out the house, he said, like, damn near 9 months pregnant. Like, she was like, I think he said she was 7.5 or 8 months pregnant. What? And he said the only reason why he took her out because he felt bad. And I was like, you didn't even ask her, like, why did she, like, and he was like, no, I just felt bad for her. Like, she's a pregnant girl trying to get out. And he was like, but that was the weirdest shit.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
damn. So anything crazy ever happened?
Well, I did experience. This is why I would never go on Plenty of Fish. It's definitely a whole bunch of catfish on there. But
Catfish.
I did go on a date with a guy, and he was such a geek, y'all. Like, I know it's okay, but he was like, wants to be my superhero. And I'm like, okay. Like, no, dressing up. It's a whole costume. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, I am not dating a 3-year-old at this moment.
Hold on.
And he came with the whole, like, he came with comic wear. Like,
hold on. He went on a date with you with a superhero outfit on.
Yeah.
Was it at least Batman?
No.
Was it Black Panther at least?
It was the red one, but he had the red thing over, but he had on a screen T-shirt under with all of the comic.
What's that one dude
on here? And I'm not a comic person.
Like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh no,
And he was cheap, y'all. He was cheap.
Oh,
he didn't want to pay.
Oh no.
So I was done. I was done after that.
Hold on. So he went on a date with you in a superhero outfit, and he was cheap.
Yeah, he had on nice jeans, some nice shoes, but the top part was superheroed out. I was like, okay. And I kind of asked, like, what's up with the outfit?
And what did he say?
He was like, I just really love comics. I was
wow.
like, okay.
But
I was so turned off after that. I just wanted to really y'all are out there, so I don't really have a lot of girlfriends out here. I really just wanted to go to the bathroom and jump out the window. Like, I was like, how am I about to get out of this day? It was so embarrassing.
I have done that before.
Because I was dressed up nice, you know what I'm saying? And he come in here looking like a toddler. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not going to work.
Wow.
So that's the craziest thing, the superhero outfit.
Yes.
Oh my
God. And cheap. Don't forget the cheapness.
And she said, don't forget the cheapness.
I mean, I've had one of my old bosses said he met somebody on Tinder, and when she walked up, she didn't have a leg.
Okay.
And he said they still went on a date. He didn't talk to her after that. He said because you have to prepare somebody for that. And I felt bad. Like, I understand her part. I want you to get to know me. Right. For me, I get both sides.
Right, I get both sides. Like, more me, but except you for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know.
At the end of the day, she still lied. And I'm like a person of integrity. So it's over for me.
Hey.
You a liar. Okay. Well, leg, baby.
Hold up, Kels. What about females that lie every day? You know, we wear the eyelashes, we wear the weed, the fake nails. That's kind of of a lie.
Guys lie to us about having erectile dysfunction.
Whoa! They be like, I put it down.
They be acting like they ain't got erectile. Oh, these girls, they whack. No, that's because your dick keep getting soft. So it's you, bro, not us. And women, we need to stop being that way to where we okay with letting them hurt our feelings because we strong like that. No. No, you have a problem with your dick. And that's exactly why I'm not.
You're not coddling these dudes no more?
I'm not coddling these men anymore. This is not.
I mean, I definitely do agree with you. Don't coddle men anymore because a lot of women, like you said, we know that we're emotionally strong to handle certain things.
Because they'll just tell you anything.
Like, you look a little fat. That little pudge, what's that right there going on? That wasn't there before. No, there's a lot of shit about you that wasn't there before.
Oh my God. So I was like,
so hold on. Okay, so so how long have you been talking to the dude that took you out today from Mobile? How long have you been talking to him?
We met last year in April.
So like, well, I mean, where y'all going? Is it serious? Is it kind of serious? Y'all just taking your time or what?
I feel like, it's going pretty well. I don't want to say if it's going to be serious or not, but I will say that he's definitely a gentleman. He's been very supportive in these last few weeks. He's a really great guy. I will say that. Like, we've been on many dates and done a lot of things.
He been holding you down throughout the quarantine?
Say that again?
He been holding you down throughout the quarantine?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Because I'm still single. I'm still single now.
Okay.
But,
so that means he ain't put that stamp on it, and that's what she got a problem with.
Yeah, we're still single. We're still both single, but I mean, I think that we're heading in the right direction. I will say that. He's come to church with me. He's met my family. I met his family. We've been on dates.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
Right.
Go into the deets. She said, y'all went to church together. Man, okay, I get it. Y'all just really enjoying each other and getting to know each other right now. And a year ain't long. I ain't saying like, oh, you been with him a year. It better be your husband right now. But that's a good enough time where all this stuff has, transpired throughout you guys knowing each other, I guess, So that's dope. That's pretty dope.
He's a really good friend. I mean, I recently cried on his shoulder about another, like, a past relationship. I was, like, really over it. He came over it was, like, in the wee hours. I had an emotional breakdown. He came over at 3 a.m, tried to make me smile. He was very thoughtful. He comes like, oh, my God. I mean, I'm going to toot his horn a little bit. We didn't even went to the gym. We go to the gym together before the quarantine, so.
Okay.
I mean, I think online dating it's okay.
I'm not anti-online dating. I just haven't been on it long enough to see a success.
I ain't gonna lie. Like,
but I have heard of success stories.
I looked at online dating like how I looked at Uber when it first came out. I'm like, who the fuck will get in a stranger's car and just get a ride and drive around? Then you start seeing everybody doing it. You like, I guess I'll get a ride.
I guess I'm an Uber to you? How you
exactly. So now that's how I am with the online dating. Like, I mean, like, I've been, like, talking shit all these years, like, who would do that? You don't even know these people. You get it. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is a thing now. Shit, I'm going to figure out a social experiment.
Well, because you got to think everything technically is online dating now. Whether you want to see
everything
Facebook,
is online now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, even when we used to do, when we were in high school and we didn't know any better, when, webcams was brand new, we used to talk to people from all over the place, and that was the beginning of it. We didn't know it was like a dating thing. It wasn't a dating app, but like, people were hooking up and meeting on Skype and all types of stuff. So
damn, she took it back to Skype, my friend. Like, gay Skype.
Yeah. So, shout out to everybody that got some success stories on the online dating.
Look, I remember this online situation I had where this dude I was actually dating, I could not remember, like, in my mind, I met him in person already, and I just, like, kept in my mind, because there's a lot of dudes that I know from, like, my Facebook and my Instagram where I've met, like, in person, but in passing just on some cool shit, like, hey, what's up? Like, just, like, really on some cool shit, and then we just exchange, like, social media handles and then, go our separate ways, nothing, major, right? I'm thinking I met this dude that way. And he told me, no, I've been following you since MySpace. I'll tell you what.
They need to bring MySpace back. Whoever runs MySpace, y'all need to bring MySpace back.
I love MySpace.
I love how you can put your page together.
And the top 8. I need people to know who important.
I need people to know who the top 8 is.
Looks like, why am I first? Why am I in the top 3?
That used to be my, so I'm not your top 3 motherfuckers? So I know you got top 3.
Hey, look, they had so many people arguing over the top 8. They started making it
top
20.
10.
Yeah, they made it look. By the time MySpace ended, you could have a top 20. Okay, because a top 8.
That's too many. I even do top 10, but top 20 is like, You have your real ones on there, your top 10 real ones. I know. What I'm saying? So shout out to MySpace. I love MySpace. I know,
but you said real ones, but you got to remember, some people, they probably might have a lot of siblings that they cool with, and they want to mix it with the cousins and the friends and the coworkers. Like, you can't do that.
Think about it is, it's like, you got to think about, okay, I love my sisters. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all know the ones that come through. You can't say all your siblings come through unless you got like 2 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm one of those people where I would just have them on just because. Like, I'm like that type
I
of
am
nice.
not that type of
Like,
nice.
oh, you're my brother. Okay, be on my top 8.
No, my brother's not going on my top 8. If I feel like I can't depend on you, you're not going on my top 8. That's just how it is. I need my real ones to know they my real ones.
Well, I was just saying all that to say that,
my top 3,
dude,
baby.
oh, I'm better be your number motherfucking 1.
No, I'll be your number motherfucking 1 because I know Shelly up there.
No, but listen, I was just saying that was like my online, like when I knew this dude was following me from platform to platform, and I swear I thought I met him. Like, he's been following me so long on social media, I thought I knew him in person. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I ain't gonna bring this for
So,
but
that was the happy part of the segment.
I mean,
on to the toxic.
We gonna switch it up real quick, change the speed, and we about to talk about toxic relationships. There's a lot of people out there still going through toxic relationships. And I want to, I'm going to tell a little bit of my experience. I want to hear Kale's experience. I want to hear Mia's experience. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. I've been in plenty of toxic relationships, okay? Lord. Plenty of them. I have not been in any as of recently because I kind of learned my lesson within the last 5-6 years. Like,
I learned the last 2 years. I'm learning though.
Right now, I'm just like, I honestly, if I see the red flags before it turns into a toxic relationship, I will kind of bag out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see it going in a place that could possibly be toxic, in my younger years, in fact, I can't even say my younger years. My first relationship when I was 15 to 20, that was hella toxic.
Yeah, that shit was toxic. I had second seats to that shit. Right.
But the only thing is, I would say, like, that was my first, like, I won't say it was the worst toxic, but it's definitely in the top 3 toxic. Like, my teenage relationships, it, like, kind of prepped me for my adult relationships. And I will say this, each relationship that I have been in, like, perfect example, my first teenage, relationship, I was kind of in, like, I don't want to say domestic, like he was just beating on me, but we actually used to kind of hit on each other. Yeah. And I knew, like, after we broke up, I didn't want to be in a relationship where even using physical violence was even an option. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to do that. Then my second relationship, I got in a situation where I verbally told him that. I was like, no, like, I don't do no physical, like, you touch me, I'm out, whatever. And then he resorted to verbal abuse. So, then it's just like it kept going on and on, like different types of abuse, not physical per se. There's people that abuse you emotionally. There's people that verbally abuse you. There's people that manipulate you and try to fuck with your mind. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, like, each lesson that I've learned from being in toxic relationships, I definitely put it out there on the table when I get into a new situation. I try to let it be known, like, look, this is a situation I came out of. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to try to pull that, talking to me crazy, you're not going to talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the situation. I feel like we at an age right now where we are all at age right now, but I feel like I'm at the point in my life where if I got to teach you how to treat me, I'm kind of not interested. And I'm not saying you got to be a perfect man, a perfect dude, but some of this shit we knew, like, in kindergarten. Like, we know not to hit each other in kindergarten.
Don't say mean things.
Yeah, we know not to say mean things, call each other names, verbally abuse each other. We know
not to lie.
Not to lie. Exactly. We know not to lie and cheat and steal. Like, we know these things. So it's like, if a person can't grasp that concept, I'm kind of like, whatever about it. So,
and I don't know where people got this thing from. I don't know where men got this thing from.
Have you been in any toxic relationships?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I've actually had a really good hold on all my relationships, except the one I had about 2.5 years ago. Because you feed into these old stories that going through something is supposed to happen, and you're supposed to stay, and dysfunction is normal. So it's so weird because I actually was moving forward and I took a big step back because I was dating one of my friends, And
you was dating when you got in case out.
well, no, I didn't finish. I ain't even finished.
I'm sorry. I was dating, hold on. This ain't your friend no more.
I was dating one of my friends.
He started out your friend.
He started out my friend. And
which is fine, because look, most of the dudes I date, they used to be starting out my friend. Don't be trying to be my friend to be with me now. It just means that I mean to. It just means that I like knowing people before I date them. It doesn't mean that I can't meet anybody.
No, this was my ace boom cool. When I say
this was your boy.
Yeah, my boy.
That was boy.
When I say I knew everything about this man, so I thought we went to concerts together, we went hiking together, we talked about each other's like relationships together. Like when I had kidney stones. A point in time where I was out of work and he would bring me food, soup, He was engaged. Like when I said we have 2 different lives. So I wasn't even looking for this man. So I went through my breakup first with a man. It only lasted 6 months. And that's why I say I used to cut him off. It was good. Then he went through a situation with his ex-fiance and he went through a big depression and I was just around him much more. Then I realized like, my God, like I like this dude. Like, oh, these bitches... Oh, y'all tripping like this
y'all
is
sleeping. This is bad.
This is bad, whatever. But I still didn't make a move. It literally just fell that way. So
it happens sometimes like that.
But fast forward, he was sleeping with everybody at my job.
But hold on, time out. Did you know this? Like you knew during your relationship he was sleeping?
No, and I always tell people that like he never showed the signs.
So hold on, how was it really toxic though?
It was toxic because he made me feel bad about myself, about my natural. About
explain the toxic part.
Okay,
what
so
was the toxicity?
The toxic part was he never liked PDA. He didn't want to like. He kept telling me like, oh, you know, I like more classier women, more. As I would say, more the style he was representing to me, it was more white. Like just the way he said about women, how they looked and dressed and act. And I'm like, I'm a black woman.
Hold on, he had a more white, like what? Like he, well, what is a more white? What would he suggest that was like?
I just love women that just have their hair pulled back in a bun. Like shit like that. And I'm like, bitch, like this is an afro. Like I get headaches with buns. Like, and I like women that wears the closed-toe shoes. And it's just... Certain things
he was trying to dim your light.
He was dimming my light all the way, and like
so he was like,
I don't like women that talks because everybody knows I'm an extrovert. You know, I could talk to anybody, and he would always tell me like he likes more classier woman that, and I will really just and my sister noticed, and she never presses me on my relationship, but she noticed that I was not being my true self, and I couldn't
she's
even
very outgoing.
Yeah, and I just couldn't recognize myself for a while. And I was sad all the time. I'll change my hair, my clothes.
You know, because with him, it was more like it was a silent, toxic situation because he never did anything per se that was this bad thing. Like we couldn't.
Right. He did it real slick.
It was more mind manipulation, and that's toxic too. You know what I'm saying? It's mind manipulation because I recently got out of a situation where as soon as I realized that I was being mentally manipulated, because sometimes when you're in it, you can't see outside of it. But once I realized that I was in a mental manipulating situation, because these people, they call them narcissists. These people, they slide in real slick, you know what I'm saying? And you can't see it. Like sometimes you can't see it, but I caught it early. I caught it a few months down the line, like 4 or 5 months down the line. And then as soon as I realized what this person was doing, then I had to kind of cut it. So, I feel like that's what old dude was doing. Like
he was definitely doing that to me. He was sleeping with women at my job, manipulating them, and when I say I had the worst breakdown, I went from 130 to 105, and I physically felt like I was going crazy. Like I've never had such a low point in my life. Where I thought I could, that was the first time I was scared because I felt like I couldn't control my thoughts. I'd never been in a situation where I never felt stronger than my brain. And, you remember when I pulled up in the Jeep and I was like, you know what I mean? You were like, you better control yourself.
I had to shake her up like Chucky doll. I had to shake her up like
really did.
I said, snap out of it. No, but, and I realized
she really did.
I know
I was
it's hard.
Scared.
I know it's hard for women to kind of get out of that toxic situation because they don't have a strong support system. But I was just telling her, like, you have to, like, I know it's hard. I'm not saying that you can't feel bad and you can't grieve this relationship, you know, because you wanted to spend your life with this person. But I was like, if you don't, like, at least get it together a little more, it's going to manifest into, you know, these ailments and these illnesses that make you sick. That's partially, well, I'm going to say that's a large majority of why, like, I can't be in a toxic situation anymore, because I've noticed over the, you know, in the past that when I'm in these not so good situations that don't make me feel good, it changes my behavior and my mood, which changes who I am. And then everything else goes downhill. You know, my health, you know, my looks, my weight, everything just goes fucking to shit, you know, when I'm in these situations. So that's why I be like, I ain't fucking with no shit, because I like what I am right now.
That was the worst, best thing that ever happened to me, because now I really feel in my life like anybody could go. Anybody that doesn't serve a good purpose in my life, because I know I always give up. People feed off my energy all the time. I don't care if it's a stranger, somebody I've known for 20 years. I've always been a good energy type of person. So now I'm to the point, thanks to that bad situation, that if you're not giving me what I'm giving you, anybody can go. And so I thank him for that.
Right. And you got to, like, you know, that's you taking accountability.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
For your actions. And that's all 100%. I want women to do. Like, you know, if you're in a toxic relationship,
that's the best way to get over it, though. You have to take accountability, because even though he wasn't hitting me or calling me a bitch or anything, he didn't make me feel good in the relationship.
Right.
And that, if you feel worse...
And hold up, and know the difference from what she's saying, because, you know, there's a lot of women out there who depend on a man to make them happy. And it's a difference, because my sister was already happy.
Exactly.
And he was kind of like putting her fire out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that she was depending on him for her happiness, because that's not cool either.
No, he was dimming my light 100%.
Yeah, he was like everything 100%. That she used to like, you know how you're very happy and you tell your mate about something that you feel excited about. And they be like, yeah, bitch, that ain't cut it. Let that go. Like, he one of them motherfuckers very dismissive about things you feel passionate and strongly about. And the truth is, anybody that so-called call themselves loving you, they are going to encourage, you know what I'm saying? They're going to encourage, and they're going to build up, you know what I'm saying, your, you know, and try to add on to your ideas and different parts, and what is it called? Edify different parts of the greatness of who you are, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Kels?
Well,
what type of toxic relationships have you been in?
I've been in a few, and I've been married, so I've had a little variation of toxic. And I would like to say I'm recently just out of a toxic situation as of Tuesday. So it's really fresh for me. But I would like to say that, like Mia said, accountability is really important. And me, you know, finishing school, being going into therapy, I have to really take my dating life and my life serious, because now I'm a professional clinician, and I am, you know, serving those that are experiencing these toxic relationships, and I have to be able to help them explore the issues and the red flags and all of that. So now I really have to take a deeper dive into my relationship. So now my relationships are going to change, because I'm elevated in my life and my career. But I want to say my toxic relationship has not really, has not been so cliche. I think when we think of toxic, we think of abuse, and we think of physical abuse. But toxic to me is something that's poisonous, like something that's not good for you. So regardless if it's hitting, verbal, someone being deceitful is toxic, because you're really essentially building a relationship with someone that's false. And, you know, I think most of my toxic relationships came from those who I thought were something and really wasn't. I mean, I was dating someone on and off for about 4 years, and I would say the most toxic part of that relationship is I have to take some accountability, because I see some of the red flags. And I think as women, we always see the potential, and then we're always like,
stop with the potential, lady. Stop with the potential.
You start seeing, you really need to stop and just say, we're at an age where potential is just not gonna cut it.
It ain't gonna cut it.
Potential's like an asshole. Everybody got one.
Everybody has potential. So, and just seeing those qualities that you desire. Like, I'm a single mom, so a good quality for me is really a good father. So if I date someone I really like, but now I've learned that can be used as a way to get women. So you just have to be really aware of who you're dealing with. And I think the red flags are super important. And I think you got to go when you got to go. I mean, I'm not questioning my women's intuition anymore.
Yeah, we can't question it anymore.
They're never wrong.
So what made okay, you said when you ended a certain situation like last week or whatever, I think you said.
No, 2 days. It was 2 days ago.
Oh, just shit.
They've been on and off for
gotcha.
For
and what made you? What was the straw that broke the camel's back where you was like, you know what, this shit is toxic. I'm done.
Because for one, it was inconsistent. But the thing that made me realize that this is super toxic is that Tuesday is when I realized this man has lied to me our entire relationship. Like, when I say I thought I knew this person, and what was the straw that broke the camel's back is he was in a whole relationship. Like, he was really legit living a double life. And I found that on Facebook, and a lot of my friends know I don't have social media, so I'm not a social media person. You can't search me on social media. I'm not on there. That's not my thing. But what really happened is that I really didn't speak to him over the weekend, over Father's Day. It really didn't hit me because I was spending a lot of time with my family until that night. I'm like, oh crap, I haven't really talked to him. Of course we text throughout the day, but no verbal conversation.
Right.
And then I didn't speak to him on Monday. So at this point, I'm like, maybe he's in one of his moods, because the toxic part of our relationship is that it was inconsistent. We had those days where we go and come and go and come. So it was kind of traditional. I mean, it was really familiar to me because it's been like this for 4 years.
Right.
And then you have to keep in mind, my life is so busy. I have a daughter. I've been in school for the last 3 years. I've been working. So it was okay that our relationship was not always, on schedule because I was so busy. So it was kind of like get in where you fit in type of thing. But it didn't dawn on me until my friend was like, well, y'all been doing pretty good lately. Maybe something happened, or maybe we should just check and make sure nothing happened. So her bright idea, which I'm so thankful for her, she was like, let's just check Facebook, because if anything happened, everybody's going to put something on Facebook. Well, we went on there thinking that we were checking on his well-being, not knowing that he's in a whole relationship with another woman. And the reason why he wasn't really present is because he was with her. So I think the toxic part of this relationship is that, for one, this particular man I met, he was a man of God, quote. That's very toxic. So he portrayed himself to be his mom is a pastor. He was very judgmental. He was a very critical on others. It was to the point where, similar to what my best friend said, I started to change my ways to, fit this type of what I thought was what he wanted. And the crazy
I think we all try to do that.
Yeah, so he was very toxic, very manipulative, very much so a liar. Long story short, he definitely knows that I know. I did reach out to the girl. This gets really, but at the end of the day, I think what's toxic is when men have unprotected sex with multiple women, and you're putting everybody's life at danger. That's so toxic.
That was my biggest thing. That was my biggest thing.
I think that's so toxic. And,
in their mind, all they women is they little angels. They don't even know.
You remember I told you that. Remember when I was going through my thing?
In real life, this is not Doggy's Charlie's Angels, motherfucker. Like, this ain't Hugh Hefner's bunnies. And it's just, you don't know where these hoes go after you leave. Just like
no, and that's what I was telling you. That's why I mentally felt like I was going crazy, because when somebody knows you're a safety girl and then they go and sleep with multiple women, and then you find out about these women and then you ask them, are they having protected sex? And they all say no. It makes you feel so damn disgusting. Like we were talking about earlier. In your early 20s, you don't think about sex as a thing of safety. You think of it as something fun, and you're just living careless. And not saying you're sleeping with a lot of people, but you're not thinking about it in depth. As I'm getting older, it's not as fun if I know you're sleeping with multiple women, because I don't know who they're sleeping with. I want to know that When you're sleeping with me, and I know where I've been and I know where you've been. Right. It is not as fun as anymore if you're out there messing with everybody because I'm safe. You're not being safe.
Right. It's really like men should follow like the COVID-19 restrictions. Like I'm just gonna be real. Like y'all need to stay 6 feet away. Y'all need to make sure y'all put the mask on it. Y'all need to put the mask on it. Like what? And y'all really need to just be safe. Wash your dick. Wash your hands. Wash everything. Like
you gotta do more than wrap that motherfucker up.
No, more than anything, you need to tell the truth. Men don't tell the truth because they don't want us being on the same playing field. It's a selfish act that men do.
To me, I'm saying if you're gonna have unprotected sex, at least be having. I mean, if you're gonna have multiple partners, at least can say I've only been having an unprotected sex with one person. That way, if anything does happen, you know who to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because you were strapped up with Tiffany. You strapped up with Lisa, Tanya, and Felicia, Don, LaShawn, there's another shit. You know you strapped up with Cookie. You met her at the ice cream parlor, Donnie and Tanya.
About 3 kills for Toya and Tina.
No, look. So you strapped up with all them, but Letitia is the one that you taking down, and y'all on that level where y'all not using, y'all not using y'all protection, whatever. But at least if something happen, some go down, a condom ain't burst with you and them other 8 ladies, but so you protected from them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta go with Letitia. Like Letitia, what the fuck going on? You the only one. Now, you ain't necessarily the only one I've been smashing, but you know the one I've been smashing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I've always been. I want to know. I don't want to be asking 8 dudes. Excuse me. So, what do you? And then call Tyrone, and then what you think, Tyrone, and then what you? And then it's just too much. Like now, you gotta contact all these different people to try to figure out where it came from, and it's like.
I mean, the only person I'm contacting is the doctor. Is what I'm going to do because at this point, it is a point of transparency. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's just not fair to put women. And this is what this whole Black Lives Matter movement. Like these black men need to protect these black women, and I just feel like it's just so disrespectful. I just can't even get the words out.
Girl,
that is like the most. I feel like when you jeopardize my health because you're selfish, it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because 100%. I'm not gonna lie, back in my day, or not too long ago, when I'm active, I make sure I sleep with. If I'm an active person at this moment, we're all wearing condoms. You know what I'm saying? Because I care about my health and I care about yours, and that's just real.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you can't put it any clearer than that. I mean, I just think that like people. I mean, like you said, it's a lot of selfish people out there, so you're never going to get a true, I guess, understanding or a true, like, you say, me and him got to understand it. You know what I'm saying? You really do have, you're never going to get those true understandings from people who have their best interests at hand in their mind. It's just about them. It's not about your best, it's not about our best interest, it's about their best interests, so... because they're selfish, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's out for themselves. And I just feel like it comes to a point where, and it's hard because, you want to be like, oh, I just want to get with somebody who was raised right. But then again, you can't even say that because you said, and I'm not saying just because his mom is a pastor, he's been raised right. No, but you would like to, I get what you're saying, but
his guidelines.
You would like to think like, because you came from a cool family. And it's the questions that we got to ask. We got to start asking.
But I have, and they just lie. That's what I'm saying. These men need to stop lying.
But y'all, we also have to, like, this is my accountability. We have to really, when we see the red flags, we just need to let it go.
Yeah.
Please, ladies.
Like,
red flags, we'll see them shits all day. They ain't changing. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
What we see is what we go off of. Because I've had, like, looking after everything blows up and show up, then you can really sit down and process, like, I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen this. Everything really hits you like a ton of bricks. And I just feel like, things as little as like, well, you have 3 kids, 2 baby mamas, which is not too bad, but when your last 2 kids is about a year apart, then it goes.
You gotta start asking them questions.
You've been sleeping with women unprotected. You know what I'm saying? Because you was it takes 10 months for somebody to have a baby, 9, 10 months, and they're a year apart. So it's kind of like you was between women then.
You're right.
So it's like we gotta really start analyzing those things, even if it is their past, what I realize as a woman, like, I'm a good-hearted person. And no, even if I try to be savage, even if I try to be hard, I always go back to being a good person because it's just not in me.
Right.
So if a person is just selfish and vindictive and just a mean person, even if they try to be nice, they're going to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you just got to, if they ain't got it, they don't have it. They just don't have it, and we can't force them to have it. And if they do get it, they're not getting it anytime soon. They're not.
And like how you said, Ever, like you, man, that just happened to me in my past relationship last year. It's like I seen so many things that I let slide, and then once it's over, it's like I saw this.
Because we like that one thing.
What?
Because we be holding on to that one thing we like and forget the 10 things that's wrong.
Well, no, I never forgot. It's just that,
I mean, I forget, but like we let it slide.
We be on that dumb benefit of the doubt shit. That's why it's like I can't do benefits or the doubt. So like, it's like I can't do none of that anymore. Like, you either showing me who you are right now, show me who you is. You know, it's really that simple. Like like Kelly said, like we got to start taking accountability. It ain't all men's fault because half the shit we been seeing and we just been ignoring it or not addressing it or
so why would they
being
change?
afraid. Exactly. Why would they have to address anything?
If we cut their ass off like that, then they would change their behavior. But they were like, you know, I can get a good year out of this. I can get a good 6 months out of it, whatever I can get out of it. Like, and that's really how they think.
It's just sad. It's
really
really sad. It's sad.
You shouldn't have to do that because it's like, don't approach me if you're not ready. I'm really telling you what I'm ready for, and you're telling me that you're ready for the same thing, and you know in the back of your mind you're not. And it's just so annoying because they know, it's like, if they look at the woman crazy for acting crazy, but it's like you
did
knew
so much lying.
You did so much lying. You triggered her. Like, why would you do that? And I feel like I ain't been triggered yet. But don't push me.
And that's exactly why I like now.
I ain't been triggered yet, but
backing out of
me.
like when I see red flags, I back out of it because I feel like I'm to a point now where I've been so kind of clear and open of what type of person I am and what I want and this and that third. So if you go like if you cross that, and I'm just gonna automatically feel like you purposely did it because I already told you like this ain't rocket science. You ain't 6 years old. Like, you're purposely doing this. And that would trigger me to act out of my character. So as soon as I have that first, vision of doing something out of my character, I'm like, you know what? Let me just fall back for a second because this motherfucker about to have me on one. He really gonna, So instead of a lot of women thinking like that, they go on with it because let's not lie, women. Y'all be wanting y'all little benefits too. Whether he can get nails and hair done every 2 weeks, yada, yada, yada. Or he take you to go and eat. We all know we love to eat at them nice ass spots. And they like to go to Benihana's and, go and get
I'm over that
whatever.
shit.
No, I'm over it. But I'm saying we know that this is what a lot of women like because, women like to be cherished and treated
I'd
nicely.
rather have my peace.
So,
I'd rather have my peace.
Women they're thinking about their own selfish needs too. Some women they like, whether it's sex, whether it's the dining experience, whether it's the companionship, whether it's the, just having somebody to like check up on you or whatever. Like people hold on to shit for all type of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I said, that's the accountability part that I think we all got. And you got to be strong enough to know that there's billions of people on this earth. Like Tyrone is not the only motherfucker on the planet with the good deed that can wine and dine you and, take you to nice places and really, what I'm saying? You can get a more available man. Cause that I feel like right now we're trying to trick ourselves into dealing with unavailable men. And unavailable means just like, a man that's not available for us,
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally. It can be emotionally, too. It don't even have to be, sometimes it's not even another person. It's emotionally not available. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one.
And I'm not dealing with nobody's not emotionally available because that's one of my things. I need you to be emotional available.
You said a lot of things. What, Kelly?
I said being emotional unavailable leads to a lot of other issues. But I think a lot of the time women we know, I just feel like, I'm just going to be completely real. It may not be all women. I think we just all go through that lonely stage. And we're like, we know most, I only hang out with, good women. I don't really associate with too many women, but the women that I do associate with, they're really good women. And I can only speak from the experiences from my group of friends, And I feel like we go through a lot, as good women, where a lot of the qualities that we have. And then I just sometimes wonder, from being a mental health or behavioral specialist, it's not, our dating is a reflection of our trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like our past trauma and our issues, internally. And they all connect somehow. The only way, but most people don't really, analyze those things because, in the Black community, we really don't address mental health like we should.
Yes.
And we really don't explore those issues when we are traumatized or when we do come from broken homes or when we do have those daddy issues. They do really come out very loud and clear in these relationships that we have with these men.
Oh, yeah.
And we really have to start analyzing ourselves like, we are not only accountable for ourselves. I'm not accountable for whomever I'm dating. Like, if you or have your issues, that's something that you have to fix. Everybody has to be accountable for their own issues. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But what I will say is, there's some things that I say I'm not going to do, and some of those things is going to be deceitful to the point where you're at risk. I'm not going to put your safety at risk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to willingly do those things. So I think. Toxic is just a broad combination of things.
Right. And I love how you said earlier that you were going to therapy because, that's a stigma in our community that, oh, you go to therapy, you're crazy or whatever. Is your therapist a Black person?
Well, I will say that I did not go. Initially, I did not go to a Black therapist.
Okay.
But I will say.
I'm not tripping. Get the best white therapist if you are Asian or whoever. Like, I would say even if you cannot locate a Black therapist, because some people they stop right there like I can't find a Black therapist, and then it's just. But at least go and hear one out just to see if you can connect, because there are some therapists that are of other races that can connect to people. Just deeply, you know what I'm saying? Just because, even though they're not Black. So try it out at least one time to see if, you get some type of progress going.
Well, I will say I am pro-Black therapist because I'm a Black therapist. I'm almost done. I'm about to be fully licensed. So
that's right.
And a lot of my friends are therapists. I have a lot of Black therapist friends, men and women. So a lot of the time I consult with my friends because I'm in that field.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that when I go to a Black therapist, it's just that relatable aspect that I can't get from another culture because sometimes the trauma comes from racial issues and justice issues. It may not always be a person to person. It can be a societal issue as well. So I just feel like, it's just very broad. I'm pro. I'm not fully licensed yet, but I'm doing my clinical hours now. I will be fully licensed after I finish all of these hours, but I already practice in the field, and I do see up and coming therapists too. I don't always see ones that's been in the game for a long time because I really found like newer therapists, they're so innovative and they are so relatable, and they can connect the dots at a newer generational way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yes.
I think
Come on, speak, sister.
Support those newer therapists too, because I feel the one good thing about being with a Black therapist is that most of people in this field, including myself, we've experienced life things. So majority of the things that we provide to our clients are rooted and they're foundational from our experience. So we're able to creatively use our tools and our education, also our experiences, to come up with, ways of treatment.
Right.
Because people always like, oh, mindfulness, like that's the really new thing. Yoga, meditation, that's so cliche.
Right.
But, a single mom with kids that's working a job, she don't have time to do mindfulness. You know what I'm saying? That's not real ideal for a Black single mother. You know what I'm saying? She's stressed out about how she going to get the daycare voucher, how she going to get her car then broke down. The last thing she wants us to hear is sit in a corner, tune it out, and turn on some jazz. That's not really going to work.
While little Ty running around in the background and you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ty acting up.
I'm doing mindfulness. Sit down.
Right.
He's in here in the corner doing mindful minutes. Like, that's not ideal for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kids,
So what would you
children
suggest?
Don't care about that.
What would you suggest, like, for anybody out there that's like in a toxic relationship and they're trying to get out of the toxic relationship? We already know, well, I hope that we were clear on how to, like, I would suggest for any female who, like how we just said or whatever, any female who is in a situation where they haven't got extremely serious yet, but they're dating, don't ignore those red flags. Like, trust your intuition.
Move on, sis.
And be done. It's okay. Like, it's really okay. Like, there will be another. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever feel so, down on your self-esteem. I don't care if you're a pretty girl and you don't think that you're attractive or whatever the hell you think. There's somebody out there, you gotta know, it's billions of people in this world, and there's somebody out there
that like what you got.
Yeah, like what you got. Like,
and
everybody
that's ready for what you got.
Like, I don't care how much the media push that everybody everybody want a Kim Kardashian, everybody want a Beyonce.
Everybody don't want that.
Some people want Rosie O'Donnell, some people want Precious, some people want Oprah type, and some people, that's not to down them. Like, I'm saying, like, oh, less or more. I'm just saying there are people out there who really
shy away from that, and they really
exactly
want that.
Like, there's dudes out there like who really like, even her friend or whatever. Like, he loves.
Oh yeah,
and
we are way too small for him.
Yeah, like, it ain't that he even like big girls. He likes, he likes obese women. Like, she can't be a big girl. A big girl is like somebody who's like a nice, large, medium, large size and solid. You ain't got to be solid for him. And he ain't even no ugly dude. Like,
nope.
You know what I'm saying? And he makes jokes
cool all the time.
Dude.
Yeah, y'all look sick.
Yeah, he be telling her, like, talking shit like, we were on the FaceTime the other day. He said, get them abs out my face.
And dead-ass serious.
Dead-ass serious, though, too.
Dead-ass serious.
So, and his ass skinny as hell, too, so it's just so funny. But just always know that there's somebody out there. For everybody, don't think that just because you got a lot of kids. I got a homegirl. She's my true inspiration. She got 7 kids, and she got so much confidence. She stay wifed up. Like, anytime she get out of a situation, dude's gonna be flocking to her, and she'll be in another situation in no time because she just got that confidence about herself. And, I don't care if you a big girl, if you super dark skin, you insecure about that. There's so many different things that women, especially, Black women, are insecure about. That's so stupid that we shouldn't be, because, and I understand, like, media and everything will make society and make you feel, it makes everybody, it even makes men feel a certain type of way. It's just that they deal with it a little better than us, and it's not as much pressure on them to look a certain way as it is a woman. But just know, like, I don't care. Don't ever, because I know pretty girls who are commercial pretty girls that their men have them so emotionally dysfunctional, or there you go, is emotionally damaged, got them thinking that they can't do nothing better than them. Like, got them thinking, and these are beautiful girls, nice bodies, and they just so emotionally damaged by this man that they're with. They can't get out of this toxic relationship. They even convinced themselves in their minds that they can't do better than the situation that they're in. So don't ever think that. But what would be, from a clinical point of view, Kelly, since you almost licensed, a licensed therapist, what would you suggest for a woman that's, either in an abusive or emotional, abusive or narcissistic relationship where she's, it's just toxic? Like, what would you suggest for her to either do to get out, or what would you suggest for her to do as far as, like, to empower herself in the relationship so she's not the victim per se, I guess,
I would say, and that's a good question. I think it just depends on the woman, because with most situations like this, it's going to basically be rooted based off of what the person is desires. They have to want to change.
Yep.
But what I would say, support is very important. Having a support system, having someone you can talk to, positive friends, having an outlet where you can express these emotions. Now, I will say that if it's an extremely domestic and volatile situation, I would say, you might want to seek some professional help, maybe shelters, to get yourself reestablished. If it's something that you can stay through, it's not to the point where it's not life-threatening, I would say I would just focus on, I would say if I was talking to the individual, come up with some goals and focus on themselves, yourself. Even if that means getting a different job, going back to school, finding a hobby, start to exercise, doing things to keep them distracted from what they're going through, but also in the process of being distracted, being able to create some type of plan to formulate a plan so that they can put something in action. But these things can only happen if someone is first acknowledging that they have an issue, recognizing that they want to get out and ready for change. But they definitely need a support system. I feel like all of my issues, I have really good friends and family to help me. I have not had broken down to the point where it's been to the point where I couldn't have. I was not able to succeed, but some people don't have family. Some people don't have good friends, and sometimes they're a product of their environment, and everybody's experiencing the same issue, so it's okay. It's normalized to this situation.
Right.
That's when you need to seek that outside help.
Yep.
When it's a normal situation for all your friends, then I would recommend don't even talk to them about it, because that's probably not going to be the best strategy.
Right.
That's my biggest thing. If you see your friends doing fuck shit, that's not the person that you want to get.
Or if you're in a bad relationship and you see somebody else in a bad relationship, but their relationship is a little less bad than yours, still don't ask for their help. Get advice from a person that's in a level, and you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean just because they're in a loving relationship doesn't mean they have a perfect relationship and they don't go through ups and downs. Doesn't mean that, but somebody where they're talking to each other with respect, they're not disrespecting each other. The basic shit we learned as 5-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see somebody, I knew somebody who told me, I know somebody, I ain't gonna say the relationship, I know the person, but somebody recently just told me that they only been dating this dude for 2 months and he already done cussed her out, called her all type of punk ass bitches and bums and all that. And I said, that's the most extreme. And she's still talking to him. That
is a red flag.
It's beyond a red flag. That's not a red flag. That's an exiting straight. That's like pure exit.
That's a block him. Do not answer any more of his text messages.
First of all, I wish somebody would cuss me out to that extent after we dating for a year or two. Like, you ain't about to be talking to me like I'm some dog on the street.
And the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, going through something is if your partner has cancer and you have to take care of them. If they lost a job and you have to, hold down the fort. If somebody get in a car accident and they break their leg, that's
nursing them back to health.
Going through something is not taking a black eye. Somebody calling you a punk ass bitch. Somebody
cheating on you left and right.
You having a baby on you. None of that stuff is going. I don't ever want to hear somebody like, yeah, we've been through it. No, sis, you've been through it.
Yeah.
He's not been through anything besides your mouth. You're going off because of the things that
we've been through a lot.
So don't tell me y'all been through something. And then I want you guys all to be at home, wherever you at. And no matter how long you've been together, I really want you to evaluate your relationship. If you've been together for 7 years, how many of those years can you actually count as good? How many of those years we can be like, if you saying like, oh, we've been together 10 years, but he's been cheating for 7.
I hate when people say that.
And he been cheating for 7 years.
Y'all been together.
But y'all been together for 10 years. Like, it don't add up, sis. It don't add up.
I would say to the young lady that's experiencing that, it's a bigger issue. With that.
Definitely.
For sure.
It's psychological.
It's definitely not like I'm settling. I need this man. It's definitely I would probably guess some type of self-esteem issue.
Oh yeah.
Internal. Maybe this is how they were raised.
Yep.
A lot of how we're raised really plays a lot into our life. Like,
oh my God.
That behavior is not normal. So for someone to accept something that's not normal, I would question their upbringing. Like,
oh my God,
they raised,
girl.
Okay, sis.
Those things really matter. And to be honest, if it's normal to them, then that's not a red flag to them because they were both brought up with
dysfunction
and verbal abuse. Right. So that's something that they used to.
Kels, my ex-boyfriend, his dad had like 4 side babies on his stepmom, not his mom. Look, the woman that is his stepmom was the woman that his mom basically used to like rag on his dad about cheating on her about, right? So the mom ended up leaving him. He ended up getting with her, the other lady. They end up staying together. They have a family and children. He don't have 4 side babies on her. And I gotta realize, like, when our relationship was over, I said, look who raising him. Like, he
This is his
half of this shit is
example.
This is his example. Because
Right.
never once did he say, you know what?
My dad is wrong.
My dad is wrong. My dad needs to take accountability. Like, my dad, he never said that. So, in my mind, he thought it was just okay to be...
For his stepmom to go through that.
Yeah, to go through that in the name of love. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker thing, like never, like, like never, like never, like I cannot believe that. Like, so I had to really take a step back, and I'm really big on finding out who raised you niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm just keeping it real.
You gotta ask. You definitely have to ask. Do you have a good relationship with your mother or father? Like, how do y'all feel about them?
And that too.
How do you feel about them? What have they shown you in your life and stuff like that? It's just like, because you know, even though my mom and dad wasn't together, my dad speaks highly of my mother.
Yep.
Even all this shit that he's done, he's always told us the truth about why they broke up, how much he loved my mom, and what he did wrong. And he's never said anything bad about my mom.
What? If we are ever in a situation where, you know, we don't have any children, but let's just say, you know, we have children and the situation don't work out between, you know, our child's father, and we do decide we know
bad about
exactly. We know because we seen through example that is toxic. Like, do not talk down on your children's other. I never heard. Like,
they'll figure it out.
Now, I ain't saying they ain't never talk shit to each other,
right?
But it was never in our face, and it was never, you know, like I said, they always spoke highly of each other, and they never, you know, they just always try to get along or whatever. Like, I would want that idea because that's what we saw it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bring your wife.
Exactly. Like, I would never remarry. And then, like, there's some people who remarry or get in relationships and their spouse has never met their child's father or their child's mother. And that's just weak as fucking weird. Yeah. And like, my mom was never like that, because my mom said when she met my dad, you know, he had, you know, before she married my dad, she said he had multiple baby mamas that she was very open with, and was just like, hey, you know, I need to bring these kids and tell their moms to come too, because we all got to get along and we got to be a family. Like, you know, y'all had y'all situation in the past, you and me now, and as long as everybody stay in their motherfucking lane, we'll have no problem.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, anything else, Kel, you got to add on to this? Because we about to wrap it up.
I think it was great. I don't have anything. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, no problem. You know, basically, like Kel said, you know, get back to doing things for yourself, because a lot of times we get in these relationships where we lose track and we do stop working out, stop eating, or we never did it to begin with, or, you know, just taking time for ourselves. Like she said, like, find a hobby, go to school, do something. Like, there's something always that needs to be improved about us and ourselves. And a good way to transition out of a toxic relationship is to focus on yourself, whether you're, you know, still with him and you're transitioning out, or you already left him, but you don't want to think about the whole situation and start missing him and all this other stuff. Like, stop banking on that potential shit. Potential's like assholes and opinions. Everybody got one. And, like, you know, just get back to that me time, you know, if you need that. And, you know, if you are not in a toxic situation yet and you see those fucking red flags, you better run, because I'm letting you know, sis. It's only a matter of time before the shit reveals itself. And on that note, I would like to say, have a great day.
And love yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Know you're worth more than the shit that you put up with.
Yeah. And so, yes. And, thank you for tuning in to Ameerah Explains It All. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll check y'all later next week. Thank you to our other guest host calling in, Kelly from North Carolina.
And anytime, y'all.
Yeah,
anytime.
and we're gonna have our physical in the studio real soon, so don't even trip. But we'll catch y'all later on the Ameerah Explains It All podcast. See ya.
Rap to you real quick.
Holla.
I want to enjoy the luxury of, like, not knowing each other for real.
As we always want to enjoy the luxury, not knowing motherfuckers. Like, that's the best time. I want to enjoy you because I don't know you.
Take me high. Teach you all the songs about.
Flower bomb. Let me guess your favorite fragrance. You got that bomb.
I'm trying to get in nature.
No disrespecting, baby. Just try and make you smile. Try to keep my spirits up. That's why I lace it down. Try to keep your spirits up. Little vodka, whatever. Took it forever. Took your dress.
I acknowledge your efforts.
So I clap for her. She deserves an applause.
Ooh, excuse me.
She deserves that baton. Shawty, where your baton? Racing through my mind like she heard that. I got that word. I heard that she been on strike. Can't tell. I read your mind. She been on them dollars first. Caramel.